really gutty win by the club. Guys battled their tails off. Really had to dig deep. You know, we've had a heck of a run. When you look at some of the circumstances the last couple of weeks, playing teams where it was their only single game, but our guys weren't going to give in to any of that. They just dug deep, found a way to get this one done against a very disciplined and good Washington State team. So really proud of the effort, and you know, a hell of a weekend for the Beavs. Now we got to get ready to go, get on the road, get some stuff done there too. So again, really super proud of the guys and everybody's contributions.
Wayne,
Go ahead.
Wayne, limiting Washington State's offensive rebounds and limiting your own turnovers in that second half. How big were those numbers?
Well, it was a difference, and that's what we said at halftime, and not so an eloquent manner. But we told our guys it was, you know, that was what we had to do to correct. Take care of the ball, rebound the ball, we'd win the game. We made it interesting, but that's what got it done for us. And obviously some timely contributions. I think of Rodriguez put back, you know, Ethan after being in foul trouble, when we isolated him on the blocks, you know, Jarod hit timely shots and free throws, Zach. But I thought the effort out of the gate in the second half to get that lead, even though they came back and took one on us, you know, got the momentum going, and then the guys weren't going to be denied. So again, like I said, fired up for the plays that we made on both ends to pull this one out.
Wayne, I know you're going to say any win's a good win, but how meaningful is this one, just given the way it unfolded and you had to win it? Well,
yeah, I mean, you can learn. Obviously, we have to learn. I mean, we fouled a 3-point shooter late. We knew they were going to look to just drive and get layups, so we went 1-3-1, and we got out of position, let them hit a 1-pass-3. 1-3-1 was so good for us to close out the other night, but a lot will be learned from this. You know, the guys really responded to fouling a few seconds after the inbounds to take some more time off the clock. We missed a few free throws down the stretch, but a lot went into the last 8 to 10 minutes, and I know that'll pay big rewards for us moving forward.
You were able to win this game with Ethan sitting a lot tonight. What was kind of going through your mind, you know, as he's sitting during the game and you're watching the game unfold?
Yeah, we knew we had to keep it close, you know, and got to give credit to the guys off the bench. I thought Gianni gave us some really big minutes, especially in the second half, kind of calm the storm a little bit. Didn't have any turnovers in the second half. I think all 3 of his were in the first half, and he got a few assists in his defense. So guys stepped up when they had to. And I know not everybody got in, but even Isaiah's couple of minutes in the first half were big. You know, whenever we put Rodriguez and Mo in at stretches. So that's what we need to really lean on, especially here in this next stretch, is our depth. And if everybody can keep a positive mindset, that'll be a strength of ours, and will get us through. So, you know, it was great. Ethan was frustrated with himself, with, you know, allowing himself to get in some foul trouble, but he was huge for us when we needed him, and that's what you expect from your senior leader.
Wayne, there was a lot of talk going in the game about Isaac Bonton. You know, he coming back to the state and owning everything. How important was it to not let him get off tonight?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that stuff. I just know he's a hell of a player. And when he gets it cooking, they're a much better team. You know, so it was definitely a big key. And I thought our changing defenses slowed him down. Same with Williams. When we were man-to-man, the pressure we put on our bigs with the ball screen coverage, by and large, was much improved. So, you know, and then he did a heck of a job defensively. And you know, I think expended a lot of energy just because he knew he had to stop the guy in front of him. So it was a team effort. He's a heck of a player, and I don't think any one guy can shut down a guy like that. But team effort on those guys was huge, obviously.
Wayne, how do you now get your team ready for a third game in 5 days?
Pardon me?
How do you now get your team ready for a third game in 5 days?
Make sure we have our uniforms, our shoes, our jock straps, get on the plane and go. We got no choice. Go Beavs.
Jarod, with Ethan on the sideline a lot tonight, how much confidence do you guys have in the rest of you being out there without Ethan on the floor?
Could you say it one more time?
I said Ethan was on the bench a lot tonight in foul trouble. How much confidence did you guys have playing without him?
We had a lot of confidence. Like I mentioned before, we also have a lot of young guys that have, played really well together. But, sometimes playing without Ethan, guys step up. I think guys stepped up tonight.
How would you describe this game? Physical doesn't seem to it seemed to be a little bit more than physical out there.
They're a team that scraps on the glass. They play physical. They have two really, really good guards, and Williams and Bonton, and we were able to slow down Bonton tonight. Like Coach Tinkle said as well, he's a good player.
How meaningful was this win, given just the way you guys had to win it down the stretch?
It's big. It shows the grit and toughness we have. Especially the last couple of minutes. I think one bucket that stood out to me was the Rodriguez bucket at the end. I think loose ball, 50-50 ball, like we talked about the last couple of days. We haven't been able to get them. Rodriguez was able to get them and get a big bucket for us.
Jarod, Washington State was a team that was kind of running you off that 3-point line tonight. How much has that kind of shot where you've had to kind of dribble to create your shot, inside the line, kind of been something you've had to develop?
I know that probably almost every team in the Pac-12 knows that I'm a capable 3-point shooter. So I got to be able to do other things, not just off the bounce, but getting to my own jumper, but off the bounce and creating for others is going to help the team, but then also get me open, eventually down the line in the game.
And now, how big is this challenge going on the road to play a third game in 5 days?
It's going to be tough, but I think I said it to you before. This is why guys work so hard in the summer to be prepared for moments like this and stretches like this that we're about to go through.
Ethan, you got that third foul there early in the second half. What was going through your mind at that point?
I kind of, how Coach said, I was kind of down on myself. I just got to be smarter than that to go after that loose ball. And, you got to give it up to my teammates that had my back out there. They were playing well, moving the ball, scoring, defending, everything. So I appreciate them for that.
I don't think you've gone scoreless ever in a game this year. With 8 minutes to go, you hadn't contributed a single point to the game. Were you just thinking you needed to get back into the game somehow and make a contribution?
Yeah, definitely. As part of my character, I feel like I could help contribute in any way. So being on the sideline was, I didn't know what to do. I was on a bike, I was walking up and down. But what did help, ease my kind of nervousness, or not really nervousness, but excess energy, I guess, was seeing my guys out there, playing well, getting stops, getting rebounds, going on runs, and stopping error.
I saw your dad come over and talk to you a few times. Was he just trying to talk you out of the frustration, or what was he doing?
A little bit of both. He was critiquing me and encouraging me kind of at the same time. He told me things like, just be smarter when you're out there, don't get any silly fouls, and just stay ready, because you never know when coach is going to come back to you. So yeah.
Ethan, in that second half, your team limited Washington State's offensive rebounds, but then also cut down on your own turnovers. how big were those two numbers in that second half?
It was big. In the locker room during halftime, we talked about, we were going to be able to pull out the game if we get these stops, rebounds, and then take care of the ball. And we were able to do that for the most part. I'm sure there were a couple of times where, we messed up, but we're going to get tomorrow. We're going to watch film on it and, learn from it.
And just how big of an addition has Warith been to this team this year?
It's fun playing with Warith. He does it all. He is super athletic. He's a smart player. He knows where to get to the open spots. He makes highlight plays and he makes big plays, plays that we need to do. Even the last play where we were all fighting for the rebound. He was the first one to the ball. And, you know, he was like really the only one that kind of stayed with it throughout the whole scuffle. And by the time they got free, the time was up. So little things like that, he does often.